Welcome to the Moments Before Darkness. We cover the moments when everything changes, when ordinary life takes a turn no one sees coming. This is one of those stories.
She was screaming to the top of her lungs. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
6-year-old Zoey.
Losing her is like losing my own child.
It don't seem real because we're around her every single day and I just keep hearing their voice.
It's just unfortunate that a young child lost their life. It's unfortunate that a young child and her mother lost their life. I can't even imagine what this has done to their family.
On Saturday, August 10th, 2024, Kiera Massenburg walked into the Edgecombe County Detention Center in North Carolina and posted collateral to bail out Daquan Jones. Jones had been locked up on assault charges for punching Kiera in the face just weeks earlier, knocking out her teeth and fracturing her nose. Less than 24 hours after his release, Kiera was dead. Her 6-year-old daughter Zoey was shot and dying, and 2 friends who'd been at a Saturday night gathering were bleeding from gunshot wounds. For people shot, 2 would die. 1 man responsible. This is the story of what happened in the hours after bail, and why posting it was the last decision Kiera ever made. Kiera Massenburg was 27 years old. She and Daquan Jones, 32 from Rocky Mount, had dated and shared a daughter together, Zoey, who was 6 years old in August 2024. Those who knew Zoey described her as bright and full of joy, a little girl who loved playing with her friends. But the relationship between her parents had a documented history of violence. November 11, 2023, Jones was arrested for communicating threats against Kiera. According to the police report, he told her, "Do you think I'm playing? I'm gonna hurt you." He was also charged with resisting arrest after getting physical with officers. That wasn't his first offense. In 2019, Jones had been convicted of assault on a female and false imprisonment. Then 8 months later, July 15, 2024, the violence escalated again. Jones was charged with felony assault for punching Kiera in the face, knocking out her teeth and fracturing her nose. He was arrested, locked up in Edgecombe County Jail. The system had finally separated him from Kiera. And then on August 10, 2024, court records show Kiera herself put up the collateral to get him out. Why would a woman bail out the man who just fractured her face? That's the question her family is still asking. Saturday night, August 10th, turned into early Sunday morning, August 11th. There was a gathering at Makia Page's home on Weaver's Circle in Sharpsburg. Kiera was there. Jones was there. So were their friends, Makia Page, 27, and Devontae Ricks, 30. And Zoey was there too, playing with Makia's 5-year-old daughter, Bella. It should have been an ordinary Saturday night. Friends hanging out, kids playing together. But according to Makia Page, an argument between Jones and Kiera set everything off. Late Saturday night, it was time to leave. But Zoey didn't want to go. According to Makia Page, Zoey was screaming to the top of her lungs, "I don't want to go." She wanted to stay with her friend Bella. Jones told his daughter no.
He shot Zoey, and then he proceeded to shoot Kiera.
It was an argument between Daquan Jones and Kiera Massenburg about Zoey leaving that prompted the shooting spree, according to Makia Page.
He shot Zoey, Page said. A 6-year-old child. Shot first. Then Jones shot Kiera. Then he turned the gun on Devontae Ricks. Then he came for Makia Page. He was able to shoot Ricks, and then he came for me, and I just remember him walking towards me, and I tried to run and I still got hit, Page said. She ran into her home with Jones chasing behind her. Her daughter Bella ran to a neighbor's house to escape. He came in there and put the gun to my head, and I'm just begging and pleading him, Page said. At approximately 5 a.m. on Sunday, August 11th, Wilson County Sheriff's deputies and Sharpsburg police were called to the home. They found Devontae Ricks and Makia Page, both with gunshot wounds. Both were rushed to Vidant Hospital. But Kiera and Zoey were gone. Jones had moved their wounded bodies out of the driver's seat so he could drive away. He left Zoey, bleeding, dying, at a home on Lee Road in Nash County. She was rushed to UNC Health Nash General Hospital, then transferred to ECU Health Center in Greenville. Jones continued driving to Jamie Road in Nash County with Kiera's body in the back seat. When Nash County deputies arrived at the residence, they heard a gunshot. Inside, they found Jones dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Kiera Massenburg, 27 years old, was found dead in the backseat of the car, killed by the man she'd bailed out less than 24 hours earlier. And Zoey, 6 years old, who just wanted to keep playing with her friend, died Monday evening from her injuries. Maciel Page survived. She was shot in the back of her neck and the bullet went through her face. But before she was shot, she yelled at her 5-year-old daughter Bella to run. That decision likely saved Bella's life. Days later, Page said, "I can't get the image out of my head to see both of their eyes," referring to Kiera and Zoey. Devontae Ricks was shot in the chest. He survived but remained in critical condition. 2 survivors. 2 deaths. And a little girl who died because her father couldn't accept the word no. This wasn't the first time Jones hurt Kiera. 2019, convicted of assault on a female and false imprisonment. November 2023, arrested for threatening Kiera. "Do you think I'm playing? I'm gonna hurt you." July 2024, charged with felony assault for fracturing her nose and knocking out her teeth. 3 documented incidents. 3 times the system intervened. And yet, court records show Kiera never filed a domestic violence protective order against Jones. Instead, she bailed him out. Why? Because that's how the cycle of abuse works. Abusers manipulate. They apologize. They promise change. They make the victim feel responsible for their pain, their imprisonment, their fate. And sometimes, despite everything, the victim believes them. Have you ever stayed in something you knew was bad for you because leaving felt impossible? Because you hoped this time would be different? That's where Kiera was. Trapped between hope and reality. And it cost her everything. According to Nisha Williams, legal director of the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence, there have been 54 domestic violence-related homicides in North Carolina in 2024 alone, not including Kiera. That's more than 1 per week. In 2023, there were 73. In 2022, there were 51. The numbers are rising. Here's what makes this case even more devastating. State law says that since Jones's charges were misdemeanors, he was legally allowed to possess or buy a gun. He had a documented history of violence. He'd threatened to hurt Kiera. He'd fractured her nose and knocked out her teeth. And yet, legally, he could still access a firearm. Wilson County Sheriff Calvin Woodard released a statement. "This does not make any sense when you see someone who could have taken a second chance in life to change his behavior. His actions have restricted a child from having a chance to enjoy life, play with dolls, go to prom and tell her mother that she loves her every day. Zoey will never go to prom. She'll never tell her mother she loves her again. Because the system failed to protect her." On August 22, 2024, family and friends held a balloon release for Kiera and Zoey at Mo and D's Restaurant Grill and Bar in Rocky Mount. A GoFundMe page described Kiera as a devoted mother, a cherished friend, and a pillar of strength. Zoey was remembered as a bright and innocent soul who brought joy and love into the lives of everyone she met. But here's the truth we need to face. Kiera's story isn't unique. Women are killed by intimate partners every single day in this country. And in most of these cases there were warning signs. Arrests, threats, documented violence. But warning signs don't matter if the system allows abusers to walk free and access weapons. They don't matter if victims feel pressured to bail out the very people who hurt them. And they don't matter if we keep treating domestic violence as a private issue instead of a public crisis. If you're in a relationship where you've been hurt, threatened, or made to feel afraid, please hear this. It is not your job to save your abuser. It is not your responsibility to give them another chance. And bailing them out of jail will not fix what's broken. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7 at 1-800-799-7233. They can help you create a safety plan, find resources, and connect you with people who understand. Your call is confidential. Your life may depend on it. Kiera Massenburg believed in second chances. She posted bail for a man who'd hurt her repeatedly. And it cost her and her daughter everything. Remember their names. Share their story. And if you see someone trapped in this same cycle, don't wait. Don't hope it gets better. Help them get out before it's too late. If you or someone you know is in an unsafe relationship, National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233, text START to 88788. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the Moments Before Darkness to stay updated on our weekly crime revelations.